Have you ever felt completely drained after a social situation? Like you were just holding yourself together just long enough to get through it? That's masking. And if you've ever experienced the crash that follows, you're not alone. Today, we're talking about masking, meltdowns, and how to manage your energy so you don't burn out. Welcome to Different and Loving It, the space where unique people like you can feel seen, understood, and celebrated. I'm Lucinda, and I know firsthand what it's like to navigate the world while trying to keep up appearances. Masking, or hiding parts of ourselves to fit in or feel safe, can be exhausting. But what happens when the mask comes off? Meltdowns, shutdowns, and exhaustion. Let's explore why masking happens, the toll it takes, and what you can do to manage your energy and care for yourself. Part 1. What is masking? Masking is when we suppress our natural responses, emotions, or behaviours to blend in or meet social expectations. It's common for neurodiverse people, introverts, highly sensitive people, and anyone who feels different. I'd like to share a personal experience of masking. Many of you may know already that I have family in aged care, so I spend a lot of time there, and also as a volunteer. I'm their primary visitor, I'm their advocate, and I'm very involved in their care. Being in that setting is very overwhelming. There's the noise, the smells, which are not necessarily what you'd think, not just bodily smells, but fragrances, and even the smells of certain foods being cooked. The different situations you encounter, like turning up and seeing someone being taken out to hospital, not being recognized by loved ones, and then there's sometimes surprises that you find that you really don't want to be finding. And of course, then there's interacting with the family, with staff, with residents, and perhaps even with other visitors. I hold it together until I get home, and that's where the exhaustion sets in. Part 2, the cost of masking. First of all, there's the emotional drain. Suppressing emotions can build up stress and anxiety. There's the physical toll. Headaches, fatigue, muscle tension, and even illness can result. You may have meltdowns or shutdowns, and the difference between them is this. A meltdown is the emotional overload that leads to outbursts of tears or frustration. Shutdowns are when you retreat. It's all when you go really quiet and you feel disconnected and you really just go very, very inward. The long-term effects. Chronic masking can lead to burnout, loss of identity, which is really not surprising, and difficulty recognizing our own needs, which can be very difficult if you're already empathic or highly sensitive. Finding that line anyway is really difficult, but adding the layer of masking on top of it can make it really hard. Part 3, managing your energy and reducing the impact. Now, you don't have to stop masking entirely, but you can make it less draining. Firstly, recognize your triggers. What situations make you mask the most? What drains you quickly? And I'd highly recommend keeping a journal or making notes on your energy levels so that you get a better understanding and more insights into what's happening for you. Schedule decompression time. Now, if you know you'll be masking, like I do every time I go into aged care, you need to plan recovery time afterwards. Find safe spaces to be unmasked. Who are the people that you don't have to pretend around? Where do you feel truly comfortable being yourself? And my top tip here is give yourself permission to drop the mask with trusted people. Set boundaries and advocate for yourself. It's okay to say no to situations. And it's also okay to say no after you've said yes. If you are feeling that your energy is depleted, then you can pull out of most things. Ask for accommodations that make life easier. For example, wearing noise-cancelling headphones or taking breaks during social events. Use energy management strategies. And I'd love to introduce you to a concept which you may already know, but the bucket theory, where you have a limited amount of energy. You have a bucket full of energy per day, and you get to choose how you spend that energy. So I encourage you to spend it wisely. And then, of course, there's always the 3 R's: rest, recharge, and reconnect with what makes you feel like you. I hope you found that helpful, and I look forward to reading your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share it with anyone who you feel would benefit from seeing it as well. I look forward to speaking with you soon.